All right, hail and well met, friends. Andang here for another episode of Tales of the Free Folk. This is our fifth episode, and if you remember last time, our company had made it to Saturdane. They gained favor and learned about the helm, and he also told Erithert a little bit about his father. And we also learned that the helm is likely from the tribes of Rudauer, and a cloak was found with the same symbol on it. And they also learned that Gandalf is traveling towards the Misty Mountains on an unknown adventure.
Dun,
And
dun,
later
dun.
on, they made their way to a horse swindler at Hincaster's Farms that totally took away a ton of their money, but they got it back, kind of, with Terry's help.
And we got horses too.
Over the Night Watch, May's eyes totally tricked her, and they tricked her so much that she actually did not decide to log in this week. So she is going to be not here this week. But we are joined by someone else who I think we should go ahead and introduce her character. So Raylinial, why don't you go ahead and introduce your lore master? Kind of backstory and stuff like that.
I'm so bad with intros, though. I'm Ray Linneo. I'm a lore master who lives in Trestlebridge.
All right. Awesome.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
Yeah.
It's very hard. Duh.
All right, so when we last left off, the party had finally made their way to Trestlebridge, and they had started to decide what they were getting ready to do, and they left notes, and so now they can decide what they want to do now that they're in Trestlebridge. So who wants to go first?
Isn't there like rolling for that sort of thing?
No, this is just going around the city, figuring out what you want to do.
Oh, okay.
So Erithert, since you're talking, why don't you go ahead and go?
Super great. Okay. I guess we're here to recap the status. We don't need to like repair any armor or anything, do we? Like
If your armor shows as full, then you're fine.
My armor has always been full for some reason. I don't.
Okay, then you're good.
Cool. Sweet. And I guess I'll try and find information about my peeps. Peeps being my dad, specifically. So
Your dad. All right.
My peep pop.
Well, you do notice a person called Talbot who is actually being reprimanded for having fallen asleep on watch duty.
Like John Michael Talbot?
No, like Talbot.
Okay.
But
He's not a musician, is he? Because they do that sometimes.
and he looks like the one that is probably most likely to talk to you guys. Everyone else is actually probably too badly wounded, as far as the soldiers go, to be speaking with you guys.
Hold up. They're wounded?
Yep,
From what?
that's a good question.
Okay. Nobody was wounded when we first came here. Go to sleep.
Although
and
we
wake up
saw, we came in the southern end of town.
Yeah, everybody's wounded this morning.
Stood around in the marketplace going, no, what?
Seems to be the popular thing to do.
There are still normal guards on patrol and things like that, but inside the actual town where they'd be able to talk to people, they're...
By normal, do you mean not wounded?
Yeah.
That's woundedest.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay, so let's talk to John Michael Talbot, and we'll see if he's got anything to say.
Alright. And so, what do you want to say to him? Go ahead and start.
Hi,
Hi there. Who are you?
I'm Erithert. I'm a guardian. I'm from the south area of places. Who are you?
I actually am a soldier who has not been doing his job, apparently.
Apparently?
That's what my supervisor keeps telling me. I keep falling asleep. I didn't used to have this problem, but lately there's been something strange, and I keep falling asleep all the time.
Vitamin D, bro. Okay, that's kind of a bummer. So I've noticed everybody's wounded. Is that like a fad, or is something going on with that?
There were orc attacks on the borders of town recently,
When?
about a day ago.
Okay. Um, who won?
Well, who really wins in a war? But Trestlebridge is still here, and our people are still safe.
Okay. And being wounded is the new fad, it seems. Um, is there someone like taking care of all these people?
Yes, there are a few volunteers who are taking care of their wounds, of course.
Is there like do can we talk to them? Do they need any help getting stuff or
They probably would. You could head over towards the town hall where they're being kept right now.
okay. Do you guys want to like go to the town hall and see if we can help people get unwounded?
Unwounded.
Unwounded, yeah.
Healed. That's it.
We- this is where they'll unwind.
Yeah, they'll unwind their wounds.
Yes.
Wait,
They're unbound.
but not their bandages. Badoom.
I thought we split up though.
I have no interest in helping the wounded. I tend to my own. I'm going to go speak with the businessmen to see if there's something going on with the merchants in town.
Okay. I'm gonna go see if there's anything I can do at the town hall for all the woundedest people.
Okay. So you make your way over there, and while he's off getting ready to be doing that, let's go on down the list. Pineleaf, what do you want to be doing?
Right now, I think the best thing to do is to keep an eye. Okay, keep an eye on my group.
Okay.
Good luck.
So you just want to keep an eye on the whole party?
Yeah, let's see. Right now they're split to one going to the wounded people and one. Let me find out where everybody else is going before I decide
Everybody else is
which
going.
group to tag
So-
along with.
You can decide who you want to tag along with after we go through everybody else. How about that?
Okay.
All right, Carve.
All right, heading over to the vendors, especially the blacksmiths and the tailors. I want to find out how business is and what's going on. If they can tell us anything about trade, especially to the north.
All right, you're going to go off and do that. So, Relenial, what do you want to do?
She's already in town.
Yeah, she is.
She's muted too.
Oh,
Notice
well,
that
yeah.
these people
Yeah,
have
that might be a
come
problem.
into town.
Well, since I'm already in town, I'm probably already doing something like helping the wounded already in
All right,
town hall.
that would be within your lore master parameters, and I was hoping that you'd say that because that's what I was hoping you'd be. All right, Terry, what do you want to be up to?
I'm gonna go explore the local brews in the tavern.
Of course. My notes literally say Terry Adwin, the bar, so I totally expected you to do
Well, I said last week that that's where I was going.
Yep, so that's awesome.
I don't remember anybody being wounded last week, so that's why I didn't do anything in that regards.
Yep, well, you guys hadn't made it in far enough into town to realize what was really going on. Alright, and May, if she was here, would probably be doing awesome performances for kids and telling them stories and stuff like that.
All right.
He's gonna,
I'm gonna try to keep.
and get some money.
I'm gonna try to keep Terry out of trouble, and maybe have a bite to eat while I'm at it, since she is going to the tavern anyway.
Alright, that sounds like a good plan. So you go off with Terry, and you guys go towards the bar. Let's start back up where we started. So, Erithert, you have made your way to the town hall, and already you can sense the smell of wounds, and when you walk in, you realize that the wounds aren't too bad, but everyone does need a little bit of medical attention. But
Not
there's
too bad,
nothing
but bad
too
enough to smell. Sounds great.
too major. And you actually see several helpers helping out, but there's one in particular that you notice that is just kind of catches your eye, a lore master that's really doing a great job healing the various troops with different herbs and things like that.
She just has that lore master look about her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it like the giant bear tagging along behind her that's the tip-off?
Well, she probably has the light bulb out, but yes, that does give it away. But
Okay.
so it's up
I
to you what you
guess-
want to do.
I guess go up and talk.
All right.
We'll have to play mute unmute tag here. You ready?
We'll see how this goes. Because I'm bad at unmuting.
So for those who don't know, this is Rayla Neal is my girlfriend in real life, and she's sitting next to me, and it's hard to make the right person pop up on screen with muting and unmuting. Back in character. Hi.
Hello.
That was great.
So there's lots of wounded people around and stuff, and you're helping. Do you need any help with stuff?
Smooth, laddie.
Always help.
All right, hang on. Repeat that again, Millennial, because Carv was talking.
How dare you? You're not even here.
Oh, this is great.
We could always use more hands for help.
Cool. Is there like anything in specificular I can do?
Specificular.
Is that even a word?
It is now. It is now.
You do know that you could use supplies and things like that from around the Trestle Bridge area.
Well, yeah, you could go get some more herbs for us to turn into salves to put over the wounds.
Sounds good. I'll go do that. That
Okay.
way.
Oh, what a wonderful budding
And
romance.
so remind me to have you roll a die later on to see how much you got. But you go off and start collecting dies, and you go outside the city a bit and just look around for the different types of herbs and things that you'd need. All right.
Is there a way I can, like, while I'm out there, check around and see if there's anything else out of the ordinary?
Yeah, you totally could. Remind me to have you do a check for that too.
All right, I will do my best.
All right. So Pineleaf, you are next, and I'm guessing you followed Terry. So it's kind of you and Terry are next.
Right.
To the bar.
Well, I presume that they also have some food here.
They definitely do. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a tavern.
All right,
They
good.
took us to the tavern to eat.
Pineleaf, apparently.
Hobbits do.
I'm assuming it's a pub.
And you would be assuming right. So
My
anyway,
question
you guys
stands. Who
go.
goes to the pub to eat?
Well, people go to the Prancing Pony to eat.
I've gone to a pub to eat. Like once.
I just like the idea of Arether just like walking past them while he's walking out of town to get herbs, and just goes,
I've been at a pub! Walking.
So anyway, you guys go into the tavern, and right away you can see that there aren't too many people there, but there are a few that are enjoying the drinks and food because right now it's not exactly at a peak hour. But you do go in, and you see the barkeep. What do you guys want to say?
Mr. Barkeep, what have you got not local that's on tap?
You're almost through. There's
Well,
no
you
good
know,
for me.
I've had the brie stuff.
Yes, well, there is this brew that comes from up north. Some say it's from a foul land. It has quite a kick to it.
Okay, give me one of those.
Has anybody else noticed that, like, all the NPCs have the same voice actor?
Nonsense.
Shh. supposed
All
to
right.
use that?
Out of curiosity, how many meters away can I smell this alcohol from that drink?
I'm pretty sure the whole tavern can smell the drink.
Okay.
Come and get your Agmarin ale.
Right. I think I'll stick to something mild. And what do you have? What do you have to eat here today?
Well, we have fresh chicken that have been killed and brought in.
All right. Okay, I'll have some chicken then. Probably tastes like chicken. No.
Oh, gosh.
Man, I
Chicken
hope
and
so.
tenderized. We dropped it off the roof this morning.
All right, so you guys eat, and you'll be able
Right.
to probably start learning about things if you want to.
Killed just outside of Minas Tirith. No.
It's real tender, one leg.
All right, so you guys notice that there is a drunk, and I'm not talking about Terry. This guy, actually, you've been overhearing some of his conversations because he's drunk and really open to everybody. And he lost his friend in an orc raid. And the father is the town's leader of this guy. So, what do you guys want to talk to him, or?
Mm,
I'm looking for herbs.
I'm talking to
While you
her.
guys are thinking, Kemp actually walks over to Terry and says, "I'll have what she's having." And he sits down right by you, Terry.
That's not going to work well.
So
You
he
can't
starts.
have what I'm having. I'm having what I'm having. My beer.
Don't worry, I got another one.
So, what's going on here?
Well, recently there was a party that went out and were trying to find out what these recent orcs that were reported outside our town were about. And we went out to go scout the area and got ambushed by them because we got a little too far into their camp. And I actually lost my friend in that attack.
Hmm. How many orcs are out there?
Well, it's tough to say, but the ones that ambushed us were in a much greater number than us, and we had at least 10 strong men.
Ooh, that sounds like a fairly sized band.
Indeed, that's why when we saw them, we retreated as quickly as we could. Luckily, no one got too hurt.
And you say you have no idea why they're out there, other than just making mischief?
Indeed, we don't know why they're out there, but they might be getting ready to attack somewhere.
Sounds like the logical target is right here.
Indeed.
That bridge, I presume, is an important crossing?
It is most important. There's so much trade that goes between here and Bree and up north. It's very important.
There are places you trade with up north? I thought that there wasn't anything up here.
Well, young hobbit, you don't know much about our lands.
I guess not. Everyone calls the place up north Dead Man's Dyke.
It's a rumor.
A rumor. All right. How true is this rumor?
So you start to get the idea. You start to get the idea that this guy might not be all there.
Yeah.
What was the first clue?
What was the first clue?
The first clue is he wanted to drink after Terry.
Ooh. I just wish it would have been me instead of my friend. He was supposed to get married soon.
Mm-hmm.
I could have saved him if I would have gotten there a little sooner by his side. I just wish I could have.
Well, then, I think I am going to. I'm sure I've. Have I finished my meal yet?
Yeah, you finished your meal.
All right. I'm going to excuse myself, and I think I'm going to recon the bridge.
Wow. So you just walk out on this guy that just spilled his guts to you. Okay. Fair enough. And he goes back to drinking, and Terry hasn't talked to him at all. She's too busy drinking as much as she can, and so he just kind of goes back over to a corner. And finally, if you go out and get ready to scout, and you'll be doing that once we get back around.
All right.
So, Carve.
Well, I'm going to talk to the local vendors, and I've made some negotiations. I'm trading business information for what they know versus what I know, and what I know is worth money. So I'm trying to barter my information and my skills as a tailor because I want a pony because I'm tired of riding behind somebody else. Even if it's a baggage pony, I'd rather have that.
So you're off to work, basically.
Yes, and actually, I began my bartering skill, and I think I was very successful in my entrepreneurial efforts to
So
barter
you're
my
doing like
skills.
a gradual trade up where you like start with something really basic and then like gradually build it to like, something really big.
Yeah, we can just say for the sake of time I did that, and I was very successful.
Fast forward a year and a half, and we're just finishing this thing.
Basically,
in
while
barter
you
for the next
guys
year.
were all like, hanging and gathering herbs and flowers and whatever else you were doing, I was wheeling and dealing, and I think I was quite successful.
All right, why don't you roll a dice to see how successful you actually were?
Okay, no, seriously, that's what I rolled. Right there. It's in my little description.
Okay, yeah, you were the best negotiator this town has ever seen. I mean, there was just like they had stuff and they just talked to you, and all of a sudden they didn't. And they don't know how it happened, but it did. And so, because of that, you actually were able to gradually build your way up and eventually end up with a pony for yourself
Woohoo!
that you got
Dwarf
from the
wins.
stable master.
All right. Well, now that my pony has been stabled with the master, I've done my business. I've established that Carvet is in fact a good business dwarf, and he's redeemed his unfortunate encounter with Farmer Shyster. I am going to head back into town, and figuring that I will find at least one of my party members, I will head to the bar.
All right, so you head off that way, and Greymaster in the chat does want to point out that Kimp will remember that. This isn't necessarily Lotro. If you walk out on an NPC, they will remember those things. So,
I'm
anyway.
going to predict now that Kemp ends up stabbing Pineleaf in the back.
So,
Well, Pineleaf is within her rights to not care.
What do you mean?
Just like I'm within my rights to not care.
He was at the point. He was at the point of rambling by that time. So,
man. Spilling
Right?
Guts is rambling.
I wanted to follow up.
I was gonna say it's a good thing that I'm the one that's
What do you
going
mean?
out
It's
to help the sick
logical.
people.
I think so. I think it's
I
good
think
that
my
Carve
bedside
is
manner is a
straight up
slight
not
upgrade.
The will of the people. That's what we brought Airthert for.
All right, so Relenial, you are, of course, helping out the sick and wounded. Is there anything in particular you want to do?
Not really.
Okay.
Just continue helping them.
You could roll a dice to see how well you help them. Just a straight d20.
Did I mute myself right? Yes, I did. Okay. How do I do that? Oh, there's the answer.
All right. So you're actually, helping this guy out, and you realize that you just don't have enough medical stuff to really truly help him, and you're wondering where that Aerithert guy is with your stuff. So now we're back up at the start. Aerithert.
That Aerithert guy, if you please. I'm I'm out collecting herbs and other doodads, and
Dads.
I guess where am I again? Where did I go?
You
I
went
was-
out to scout around the town. You probably went the opposite direction of Trestle Bridge. So you went out to just scout.
South.
That's
South or north? Which way did I go?
North
No,
is the
south.
bridge, so he could have
North is
gone
the
east
bridge.
or
Yeah, you went
west
south.
or south.
I went south.
You went south. So
Okay.
back the way you came and looked for herbs and stuff like that throughout the forest and the plains that are down that way.
My navigation skills are impeccable. It must have been noon when I set out, and I couldn't tell the direction. But now it's kind of gotten into the afternoon. I now know where I am.
And it's probably at least past midday at this point. Yeah.
Cool. So I guess I'm going out to find herbs and stuff, and also while I'm out there, I'd like to do like a I guess perception check. and
Okay.
see
Do
if
a
I
separate roll for that.
see anything.
So with your first roll, you were able to find several different herbs
Actually,
and.
wouldn't it be an herb lore check?
Oh, the first one would be.
Yeah, probably, but you already did it, so we'll just go with it. So yeah, you do look around and you find several different herbs, and you're able to actually probably what you think as the son of a ranger, at least you think you are,
Totally Atlas.
that you were able to find enough for all of the sick people there. So that's what you think.
Are they sick or are they wounded?
Wounded.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
Well, Atlas
We don't need to
senses
use
everything.
euphemisms if you're wounded. It's okay. Woundedest isn't a thing.
Just making
There's
sure.
actually a bubonic plague epidemic.
Maybe Pine Leaf. All right, so you do actually notice down south a fairly large orc encampment. You don't know how, when you guys went past it, that you missed it, but you just trust Carv's extremely fast navigational skills that you guys just somehow made it here.
Because
In
Carvet
record timing.
knows where not to get into a box canyon and get ambushed.
So Carv was probably like pointing out things, and like maybe he noticed the orc camp and was just like, "Look over there,
Let's-
guys! Look at all that cool stuff."
Let's bypass those orcs over there, because I'm
Just-
hungry.
Just don't look to the right where there's all the orcs. I mean, where there's all
If
the.
you look to your
don't
left,
remember.
you'll see the natural beauty of the falls of Rauro's light version south. Don't pay attention to the orcs.
So anyway,
Are
Aerithert,
they actual orcs or are they goblins?
they are actual orcs, and
Okay.
you've noticed
Like
that.
full-sized orcs.
Well,
And-
technically they're the same. Sorry, so.
No.
You don't know how
thinking-
you made it past
I'm
these
thinking,
guys
you know,
without
I'm
noticing
thinking
them.
ahead to trying to motivate Pineleaf to come kill them. It's easier to motivate Pineleaf to come kill goblins
yes.
than orcs. Just saying.
That's true.
Thinking
that's
ahead.
True.
Thinking ahead.
Thinking ahead. Good point. Good point.
And so you guys don't know how you made it past without not noticing this, but you were able to scout the camp, and you were able to see that it's a sizable force. It would be enough to possibly attack the city of Trestle Bridge, and they're starting to put up defenses that are angled towards Trestle Bridge. And you notice that they also have different trebuchets and things like that that they could use against the city.
Super great. Okay,
All right.
so at this point, I'm imagining that I take my newfound wealth of herbs and knowledge and head back into the city.
All right, you do that.
There you go.
So, Pineleaf, you have gone off.
Yes, I will then head north to the bridge.
Okay.
And I guess first off, what do I see when I approach the bridge?
Well, you see that there are guards patrolling back and forth on the bridge, and there are several guards that are on each end of the bridge. You can't see quite how many guards there are on the far end because the bridge is pretty long. But you can see near the city that there are several guards there that are protecting the city.
All right. How secure does? All right. Okay. I will cross the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge is still very much intact.
Okay, the bridge is intact. That's good. And then I'll see about. What are the defenses on the far end of the bridge? Does it just look like the bridge, or is there a gate, or is there?
So you're wanting to move out towards that way?
That's what crossing the bridge meant, right?
Okay, just was making sure because I didn't hear it right. So yes, on the other side, you're able to see that there are even more defenses. This is the front line defense against Trestle Bridge, and there's several scouts that have just left. You found out by talking to some of the guards, and you just kind of are there with the guards. It's clearly the front line of defense.
Then, how about if I take a little shift with the guards?
Okay. You take a shift with the guards. Are you wanting to be on the scouting or just the defense?
Okay, scouting.
Okay. So you volunteer to help scout, and obviously they're grateful for help
All right.
since they have so many wounded back there. So you are able to go out and start to scout. Roll to see how well you do.
All right, and this is going to be
Perception.
perception.
Unless you
Alright.
can think of something better.
All right, I'm trying to remember where the perception skill is on this whole thing.
It isn't.
Oh,
D20
It's in the other dock.
D20 plus agility.
all right. Well, apparently I've been moving around too much because I must have fallen asleep.
Okay.
Yep, I don't see a thing with all these big folk around me.
Okay. Why don't you share with us what you got in the chat finally?
But natural one, that's
Okay, see, when natural ones happen, bad things happen finally.
ah.
That's what happens. So you actually think that everything's fine. You report back that you scouted all over and could not find a single orc.
Could not find a single orc. They
And
must have been
there wasn't
hiding
even
from me.
evidence of orcs.
Okay.
But keep in mind you rolled a 1.
Yeah, I know what you...
So Terry, are you still just having fun drinking at the bar?
Goblins, and he's not used
Yes.
to the orcs. That's the problem.
Alright. Did you order a second drink, do you think, by now?
Yes, probably.
Alright, more of the same?
More of the same, unless he's got something else.
Nothing that's as strong as what you got.
I'll be drinking out Terry tonight.
And be
Okay,
using
so
that
you
dual
keep
wielding
drinking
shield thing.
more of that strong brew. Alright, the Northern Brew. So, Carve, what are you wanting to do?
Well, at this point, I should have arrived at the bar. I walk in, I survey the scene, I look to see if there's anybody in this bar worth talking to that will have more information. Since I'm feeling quite elevated with my recent success in the business arena, I want to see what the political situation in town is. So I'm looking around for somebody who's got some kind of officer uniform or some kind of finery that would indicate he's part of this town's leadership or what have you.
Okay, you can actually see that there is one of the town guards that is off duty and is enjoying a nice little drink.
I'll walk up to him and I say, "What you drinking there, sir? Can I buy you another one?"
Just a normal ale, my friend.
Mind if I join you?
Of course not. The city's pretty boring.
The city's boring. Well, tell me, what is it that makes the city boring this eve, sir?
Well, as you probably know, guard duty isn't that exciting. Day in and day out, there's nothing that comes here. We had to send a party out to find any action.
And how did that party fare?
Well, that is a fair point, I suppose. We didn't fare so well.
It was an unfair fare, you say.
Where are you from?
Well, the name's Carvet. Exploring's the game. I have been up and down, back and forth, to and fro, etc., etc., etc. I just like to know information about where I am and where I'm going to be.
So this guy is a guard. With you not sharing where you're from, and just saying that you want to learn information is starting to get a little bit suspicious of you, even in his inebriated state.
Well, knowing that I don't tend to trust people until I get to know them a little better, I don't reveal a whole lot. That's part of my dwarven nature. However, I will tell you that I can detect that this fellow is getting a little antsy, so I'll say recently I've traveled with my friends from Bree. We've come up from the south, and we are in the process of heading towards where a recent acquaintance of mine is looking for his father.
All right. Any knowledge about the father?
Basically, from what I understand, he was one of them rangers, and last I heard, he was heading to the... Oh, let me remember. It's been a while. Let's see here.
Do you want to just say to the north?
I believe he was heading north.
All right.
Which, to be completely honest, I would like to know, what are the lands beyond the bridge like these days?
Well, there are several farms, and there are some hillmen that have lived there for countless generations. And there's rumor that a long time ago, many of the hillmen had actually stayed with the rangers, and they'd joined company a long time ago.
Hillmen and rangers, you say? That's interesting.
Indeed, and there are still rumors today of a ranger location to the north.
Well, that would be interesting. Any word of a dwarven settlement out in this neck of the woods?
No.
That is interesting. Very well, then. I buy him a beer, or another ale, rather. I thank him for his time. I'll look around, see if Terry's fallen off her stool yet.
You've noticed that she's fallen a few times by now.
Fantastic.
But whenever she falls, she manages to keep her drink intact. You know, it's like, keeps
It's
it high.
talent.
Warrior skill. Warrior skill.
And you're just
All
like,
right.
look how talented I am.
Well, then I walk over to Terry and I ask her if she needs any assistance.
I'm
That's
fine.
Right. Well, I think I'll pull myself over to a booth in the corner, and I will ponder upon what I have learned
Okay.
while I keep an eye on Terry. Since
Right.
I'm assuming the rest of the party knows where she is, and they don't know where I am, and I don't know where they are. Actually, come to think about it, I'm going to ask Terry. Where'd they go?
Miss Needles was talking to that guy over there, and it looked like he got her all depressed, so she went out somewhere. Couldn't tell you where anybody else is.
Okay. I resume pondering.
All right. So you resume pondering. So, Erithert, you are on your return journey.
I'm
And
on
you
my
wanna get
return.
back to the town.
I made it back. I am bound with herbs and knowledge.
Yep.
Herbs and knowledge.
Herbs and knowledge. So basically, go back to the town hall and bring the herbs to the lore master person. And yeah. So I brought back your herbs.
Okay. Go ahead and talk to each other.
Thank you.
Okay,
So
the reason why there's the
So
awkward pause
awkward.
is because I'm waiting until we're waiting until the other person mutes and it's annoying. But so yeah, in character. Also, when I was picking the herbs, I noticed south of Trestle Bridge, which is where we are, that there was a lot of orcs, like a whole lot of orcs, and they looked like they could attack us, and like they were getting ready to, and we should totally do something.
Orcs? Like, orcs. Like, close to Trestle Bridge? This is not good at all. How close were they? Could you tell, or?
I'm gonna say that I was too busy getting herbs to notice exactly how far they were. Yeah.
You know that it would take probably, based on how long it took you guys to get here, it'd probably be about half the distance from the farms to.
I went there and back in 10 minutes. They're close.
Not exactly.
You had a horse.
I went there and
You had a
back
horse.
in
Time
I
lapse.
went there and back on a horse. Was it like my horse or the stable master horse where I just like jumped off?
And you were gone for several hours.
Okay, I was gone for several hours.
Mhm.
I hurried back.
5-10 miles.
Sure, they're shortly by the place we're at.
So anyway, Relenial, you've learned this knowledge, and you know somebody probably needs to be told it.
Of course.
Particularly like the guards or the head of the city.
I'll say, is there a mayor of the city, or?
Yeah, there's a mayor.
Okay, so someone must inform the mayor of this.
Pick me! No. Actually, I don't think I've ever actually been introduced. So hi. I'm Aerithert. I'm a man.
At this point, she goes, "Yes, you
I think
are."
that's the show title. I'm a mayor.
Really? I thought you were.
That was great.
Anyway, I'm Raylene. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you again for the herbs. And since you said pick me, I'm going to pick you to deliver this news that you have found to our mayor.
Okay. Is there like anything else you know? Because you seem like you knew stuff about orcs specifically, and you were super duper worried. Like you're more worried than I am. Is there anything else I need to pass along to the mayor, or just that help orcs south? Says Raylenial.
Just a quick reminder, she had just helped wounded that had been hit by orcs because they went and attacked them.
Well, this is my home, so yes, I'm very concerned about orcs being so close to my home. I do not, quite recall exactly much about orcs.
Okay.
Is this where I do something else? Or can I do anything else out of character? Question.
She's
Out of character, probably not, but in character, you
just
probably use the herbs and heal people, and you do notice that there is enough to be healing everybody. So if you could do one roll, just a straight d20, and see if you're able to heal everybody all at once. Alright, everyone is feeling almost better than they have since they went out to attack the place in the first place. I mean, you have done a fantastic job. You've healed their wounds expertly, and they're just really enjoying their time outside of the healing place now, and are going to make
Town
their way
hall.
back to the guardhouse. Down the hall, yeah. So they're already out and ready to go and fight again for their home. So awesome job.
Yeah.
So now you can either go and join the rest of the party, or learn more about the lore of the city and like the archives, or something else.
Actually, maybe
Aerotherm in stereo.
Because
I pushed it.
I saw it. It's muted now. It is. I heard it.
maybe like if everybody like everything is awesome, they're conga lining down the hall back to the guardhouse. Maybe like you could come with me and talk to the mayor person.
Would you like to come and have a tea with me?
I suppose since they are all now doing better than I first expected, I can deliver this news to the mayor myself. So yes, I will join you in your
Okay,
embarkment to find your friends, and I shall talk to the mayor.
that was kind of weird.
Alright, so you guys make your way over towards the mayor. So, while they're doing that, let's continue on to Pineleaf.
All right. Let's see. So,
Keep in mind, in your mind, you just successfully scouted and saw no sign of orcs.
right. There's absolutely no threat to the north at the moment. So therefore, I will report this to. Let's see. Do I see any of my party around?
You don't really see your party around because you're still, you just made it back to like the other side of the bridge right now.
All right. Then I'll return to the center of town and contact the first member of the party I find.
Okay, so you make your way back and you actually see Erithert and Relenial outside.
Hello there, Erithert.
Hi, Pineleaf.
Hi, I was just scouting up north. I didn't see anything up there.
Actually, that's fine. That's fine. Because I just went south, and there's like the whole metric system hasn't been invented yet. There's a whole regal crapload of orcs down
I
south.
don't think they would use regal.
Imperial. That's what I'm looking for. There's an Imperial crapload
Imperial?
of orcs.
In Middle Earth?
Dun, dun, dun,
You know,
dun, 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 dun.
Alright, Carp, that's copyrighted. Let's move on.
it was in the wrong key, anyways.
All right, we just
Improvisation.
we
Yeah.
just got banned from YouTube.
So, anyway,
What is this YouTube of which you speak? No, just kidding.
Okay, you're
YouTube of you?
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of orcs south of Trestle Bridge.
Oh, that's why I didn't see any. They all must have crossed the other way.
Migration down for the south for the winter.
Yeah. But the problem is that means that they're a potential threat to Bree.
Yep. So we're actually on our way. By the way, Pineleaf, this is Relenial, this is Pineleaf, a real hobbit.
Real.
This is what they actually look like. And
A real hobbit.
yeah, long story. Anyways, so we're actually on our way to the mayor to talk about the orcs to him, and he seems like he should know.
Very well. I will follow Erithert to the mayor.
The mayor's a dude, right?
It depends on whether or not the mayor has died yet and Nellie's taken over, or if this is before or after that point.
Or if that's
Wait.
even the right universe. Do we even know who Nelly
if
might
that's
be?
even the right universe, that's right.
Well, there's also that little point.
This is like
You never know what's proper.
is
I
cross.
just like the idea of Pineleaf like talking to Erithert like, no, we're on Laurelin. That's not lore appropriate. Come on. This is ridiculous.
Where are we? I don't know. Well, I mean, if we were going to play that card, we'd have tossed the shield tossing Guardian out a while ago.
That's very true.
We could have tossed him out with a
You guys
shield.
are on Landerville. It's like that optional thing. So anyway, so you guys also make your way to the mayor now, and Carve, it is your turn because they've done stuff since you have. So
Is Terry passed out yet?
Terry is on the floor.
All right. I drag Terry out of the bar, and I drag her
Finally.
down the street, find her someplace under a shade tree, prop her up, and then I go in search of my peeps.
Okay,
Rest
while
of
you're
my
doing that,
job.
one of the guard walks up to you and he looks at you kind of strange and he's like wondering if something bad happened or not. And then he sees Terry move a little bit and he's like, okay. And like calms down a bit.
Come, my inebriated companion. Let us find the remainder of our party. Drag her
I
out
think
of the
she's
street.
beyond inebriated.
Yeah, I
Totally.
lean her up
She's
against
out.
the tree, in the shade. Then I, head up the street looking for Era and Pine and anybody else I might be able to see.
Okay. And for sake of argument, we'll just assume that you guys see each other at the same time.
Well, it's a small town.
It is a small town.
Yes. There they are. So I head up the street.
All right. And so you guys probably fill in each other, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And Carve in particular, if you want to tell people, particularly Arthur, what you found out.
I found out that I'm a good businessman and I now have a pony, so I don't have to share anymore. Fantastic.
Thank goodness.
I also...
Sweaty and awkward.
That was awkward. Yes, I see that you found a friend.
I did.
Would you like to introduce me, or shall I do this awkward thing where I plumb you? Forget it. Hi, my name's Carvette. I introduced myself to Raylinial, even though I don't know her name yet. I'm looking at Raylinial. I'm seeing a staff, I assume, and garb that indicates she's done a little bit of study, so I assume she's learned. Are there any animals nearby?
Hi, Carve. I'm Raylinial. I'm a lore master. No, there's not currently any pets around me.
Okay. I get allergic sometimes. I just wanted to make sure.
You're safe.
You probably know some herbs to help me with that, because that would be great.
Most likely.
Fantastic. We learned earlier that there was a patrol that went out and got beat up. That's what we learned. It did not go well. And the guards are suspicious if you don't tell them where you're from.
And actually,
As they should.
we just found out that there's like a whole Imperial crapload of orcs south of this city, and we're gonna go tell the mayor about them. And sure, yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if we need to go fight them or what. So, yeah.
Oh, see, moment. Did that guard tell me that the party went north or south? Ending.
Which party?
The party I was talking to about the guard, he said a party went out, but he didn't specify what way they went.
Oh, right. That was the party where all the wounded came from. And so you told me
Okay.
about all that. Yeah, that was the same party.
Which way did they go? Did they cross the bridge or did they go south?
They went the way Arether went.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. I don't. How does he know that? He didn't ask in character.
All right.
We're just assuming that he did.
Arether, tell me. Actually,
What's up?
Millennial, since you were tending the wounded, there's way too much talk about nearby orcs. The direction that the party went that encountered the orcs, do you recall which way they went?
Me, I did not see these orcs for myself, and none of the wounded men and women spoke really of what direction they were heading because they were too busy trying to retreat and make it back alive.
Like not die and stuff.
You guys do know that the mayor would know which way the party went.
Oh, well then, off to the mayor!
Yeah.
All right. So you guys go off to the mayor and yeah, move like that, I guess. And so you guys get to the outside, and there's several guards protecting the mayor's office, basically. So, what do you guys want to say to the guards? Because they stop you.
Hi, guards.
Hello there, traveler.
Guard who spoke. Hi. I'm Arether. These are some of my friends. I got another friend, but she's off drunk somewhere under a tree, from what I hear. So we actually have to talk to the mayor.
Introduce ourselves to the guards, laddie.
Yeah,
We have this drunk friend.
We have news about. I saw a party of orcs, like a big party, like a.
There's a raging kegger. We
Yeah.
have got to talk to the mayor.
Yes, like ASAP, which stands for as soon as possible. If you haven't been introduced to that lingo yet.
Very important.
All right. How were you able to find this information?
I saw them with my eyeballs.
Scrappy Lad was out scouting for herbs.
I was getting herbs for Relineal here, whom I'm sure you know. She was healing people. I was getting herbs because she was healing people, and she can't bilocate as. Can you bilocate? Anyways,
No.
I was getting herbs, and I saw them, and I ran back here, gave her her herbs. She healed everybody. It was great, pretty stupendous. And then we're going to talk to the mayor because we need to let him know about this so we can figure out what to do. Because it seems like Trestlebridge is sort of in danger. Which, I mean, I was in the Breetown Guard. I know, like, you got to protect your place, right? So
Where is your guard armor?
I'm still wearing it.
Are you?
Yeah. To my knowledge, I haven't been stripped naked.
I just figured in your stash it might have been different.
Just because I met Relineal doesn't. I'm still wearing all of my armor.
Wow, he was there.
I'm,
I was gonna make comments like she must be a master of the lore of the heart because she got this complete stranger to go running through the woods gathering flowers. I mean,
But no. Okay, we'll say your stash was Brigard stash. Apparently, don't know how you stole that stuff, but anyway.
I wore it.
All right.
it's a standard livery of brig. Everybody had extras in case they get dirty or bloody or whatever.
I
Okay,
didn't
so
go to my. I
was
didn't go to
gonna
my
do
stash.
But yeah,
naked.
totally. All right, he recognizes your Brigard armor and lets you guys pass. So that's good.
Cool.
So you guys make
And
your way in.
I can vouch for them because I'm from Trestlebridge. I'm the residing lore master, and I vouch for them, and their knowledge needs to be shared.
Very good. Make your way inside. I'll alert the mayor to your presence. And so he goes in before you guys, and you guys kind of follow in and stay in the first room. And he goes in, tells the mayor in the back room, and then you guys are let into the mayor's office. And he welcomes you and asks what information you have.
There's orcs around town, literally around town, just south of town, as a matter of fact. I saw them. There's a whole Imperial crapload of them, and we got to do something about this.
Imperial orcs, the worst kind.
I know, right? These guys, they're not even white hand orcs. It's like white armor orcs.
they are going to march, but fortunately they can't aim, so we'll be safe.
These are just normal orcs. There wasn't any white hand involvement, just for the record.
I was making an Imperial.
making a joke.
Yeah, I know what you're. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Copyright.
I'm not even sure we know about white hand orcs.
Probably not at this point. So anyway, you guys are able to tell him that, and he, as you guys are telling him that, 2 other scouts come in and report that, based off Pineleaf's roll, they were not able to find anything up north. And Pineleaf, you can say whatever you want based off of that as well, since you also scouted.
I don't think. Well, since I missed everything, there's not much to elaborate on it.
All right, but you can at least confirm their story, so you do that.
Yeah, I could say that I didn't see anything. I don't know anything about any other parties.
Right, but you all think you did a pretty good job scouting.
Right.
It makes sense. There's no orcs in the north because they're all in the south. Literally, they're
Right.
all in the south.
Mm-hmm. So, based on that information, the mayor starts coming up with a battle plan and defensive plan for the city. And so he actually has the guards move a lot of the barricades from the north and move them to the south to help defend the city in the south. Or the town, I guess. It's not a city. So he starts drawing up that plan, and he leaves a few defenders over by the trestle bridge, but mainly he has the bulk over there. And he also sends out another scout to the north and several scouts to the south to see what is going on.
Okay. So what do we do in the meantime while you wait for your
Well,
scouts to get
while
back?
that is going on, he recommends that you guys help strengthen barricades and things like that by going to the south and collecting materials to help defend the town.
Fetch quests, my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make sure we also continue to protect that bridge to the north, because that's the main thoroughfare for our business. And I'm all about business. And having a secondary escape route, because if the orcs are coming at us from the south, we gotta have a back door.
All right, well, Carve, based on the information, and since you are probably a tactician as well, you probably realize the importance, based on the sheer number of orcs, to defend the south more as well, just because of how big that report was.
Skeptical Carve is skeptical, but for now he will go along.
But, when push comes to shove, I'll definitely let you go and defend.
Yeah, and as far as we know, there is literally nothing in the north.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something in the north. It may not be for right now, but there's always something.
Also,
My
keep in
dwarf
mind,
mama always told me.
Also, to keep in mind, there were 3 scouts that went north and saw nothing. 1 scout went south and saw a ton of stuff. So,
Well, like my pappy used to say, always watch your back.
indeed, that's clearly a dwarf saying, apparently. All right, so you guys are going to, I guess, go out and defend, or do you want to do anything else in the town?
Is there something like how long until these scouts get back? Is there something we can do, like a preemptive strike into their camp to, like, I mean, there was those things, catapults, and like, is there something we can do to like stop that? Like, if we can send people in.
You
I
were
mean, we
able
got
to
a hobbit.
notice
Hobbits can be
that
sneaky. I mean,
you were able to notice when you were scouting that if people were to be sneaky enough, because of where the trebuchets are placed, they're placed way in the back of the camp. People could come in through the back and actually stealthily be able to take them out.
Does this mean we can burn them with fire?
That does mean that, yes, Master Dwarf.
So I'm assuming I would at this point bring this up to the captain, or excuse me, the mayor, who's I'm assuming also the captain.
Yeah.
So, like, there's siege looking stuff. I mean, this city's, let's be honest, not built to withstand a siege. It's like, it's not. So
Especially for the south.
yeah, I mean,
Then what are we waiting for?
worst comes to worst, you burn down the bridge and you're safe from the north, basically, because you can just there's that path down there and just stuff, and it's easy. At least from what I saw. But from the south, there's like a gate. So if they bring those things within firing range of this gate, you're done. So we gotta. I mean, just a suggestion. I'm not telling you how to run your town, but like, I mean, we'll do it. We'll take our group and go do it, and get rid of some of these things.
All right, roll to see how well you convinced the mayor. And depending on how well you roll, more good stuff might happen or more bad stuff might happen.
Okay.
Is that persuade or diplomacy?
That would be either persuade or diplomacy, whichever one you want to use.
Persuade, really.
Persuade, most likely.
All right, well, you are able to convince him of exactly what you said.
Super great. Should
Okay.
have been higher.
So you guys go ahead and start making your way out of town, I'm guessing, unless there's anything else you want to do first.
You should probably try to wake up Terry.
Yeah.
Skirmish time!
It's time to go kill stuff. Come on.
Terry, wake up. We're
Was
gonna
there
go
stuff to kill?
Yes. Let's go.
So
Okay.
Well,
I'm
maybe
awake.
not necessarily stuff to kill. We got to be sneaky.
We're gonna burn stuff.
We're gonna burn stuff, which is almost as good.
Sneaky?
I know this is a terrible idea, but it'll be great. Worst comes to worst, we don't be
You've
sneaky.
got the
and
right
then-
champion for this job, because I don't really do sneaky.
Wait a second. If we're talking sneaky, I seem to recall running into lore masters with rather unique pyrotechnic abilities. Ray Lineal, are you learned in the arts of hurling fire?
That's not sneaky.
No, but it's really cool. And if we want to blow up
Cool.
fire,
Cool in the same sentence.
if we want
I
to
agree
destroy,
with the one I do not know. And how is that sneaky? I thought you wanted to be sneaky.
okay, this is Plan B. Just in case the sneaky fails, we hurl fireballs at them as we run.
I'm not so learned in the way of fire. No. I
We've got a
focus
few
more on
minutes.
herbs and pets.
I thought that the Pinecoat thing was a basic lore master thing they teach you in lore master school.
I did not go to a
Lore
school.
101, throw bird things.
Yes,
I'm
throw
pretty sure
a
most lore
flaming
masters
pine cone.
elves.
It's like a level 1 skill. I think they call it burning embers.
I might know very little, but
It's enough.
Not-
Come on.
a lot
Probably not enough to.
Alright.
to be a plan B.
It's your choice, Millennial, if you want to go with them or
An
not.
induction skill.
Yeah, I was not invited to join this merry party.
Carve just invited you. It's your choice if you want to go.
I would like to go and see what mischief this group can cause. Hopefully
Okay.
nothing that will bring ruin and flame to our lovely little town.
No
Terry,
promises.
Oh, ruin and flame to the orcs.
before I forget, if you could roll a perception check.
Me?
Yes, there's something that might have happened while you were knocked out.
And I was
See
supposed
if
to
you were
know
knocked
it?
out enough.
Well, it's no worse than Pine being able to see the goblins through the death bag, so why not?
Is there like a reduction to take off of this roll if you are passed out?
Inebriated.
Okay, Terry,
Reduction.
you remember, at least you think, that when you were knocked out in the bar, you think you heard Kemp say treasure.
Okay.
And that's all that you can remember.
I don't think I'm awake enough to share this knowledge with my
No, you're
buddies yet.
definitely not.
She's not going to be awake until mid-battle.
At least.
Probably.
At least.
After her
Um,
first good hit, yeah.
Alright, so you guys are going to make your way south, I guess? Does that sound
Yeah.
good?
Go.
Okay, and I'm assuming you're going to go stealthily.
Sure.
So if somebody could roll
think,
a stealth check.
Yeah, I would vote Pine Leaf, right, for this.
All right, I'll see what I can get on the stealth check. Let's see. At first, I gotta find out what my stealth is. Ah. Not in this party.
Dang it, Terry.
What?
We're rolling for
I think
stealth.
there was like a really loud hiccup at some point. We won't blame it on anybody, but
Alright, well, Carb, you know what? I wasn't going to have you roll, but since you did, we'll change the story. So Pineleaf, you are just walking along, and all of a sudden, you get ready for this really big sneeze. The pine needles are really coming up out of the ground that are nearby Trestle Bridge, and you just get ready to sneeze, and Carb just runs over with his finger and keeps you from sneezing.
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine what he would have done if it was at 20. Like, fingers up his nose.
I just smothered him with a pillow.
Put him back in the bag. Alright, so you guys are able to go forward stealthily. Do one more stealth check. Whoever wants to.
I'll do it.
Gray says just make May do everything. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are able to stealthily make it around the camp to where you're in a position to where, after the next stealth check, you would be able to disassemble stuff without any orcs noticing. You are far enough away from the main camp that unless you just roll terribly on stealth, you should be okay.
Ha ha ha.
But there would be
So basic.
the main catapult crew or trebuchet crew
Yeah.
that would notice you if you rolled poorly on stealth at this point.
See, at this point though, I'm seeing how many orcs are in this trebuchet crew.
Well, there are probably 3 trebuchets, and each trebuchet has about 3 to 4 orcs.
Oh, that's gonna end horribly.
But keep in mind, they're really light armor. They're almost goblins. I mean, they're
if we like took out one, like, because I mean an orc is an orc, no matter how small.
hmm
And
Whether he's gonna work on a fork or not.
if we meant like in their ranks a little bit, I'm seeing orc and I'm like, kill this orc.
Yeah.
If we kill like some of them, will the others, like from the other 3 trebuchets, come running screaming at us?
Probably, but you'd have some time.
Okay.
Okay, so
So, does anyone
What
want
do
to
you
do an
guys
actual
wanna do?
perception check, or do you just want to go in and
I'll do a
stealthily, or
perception
what?
check. I want to check to make sure that we can get the best possible angle on this thing, because nobody wants to die today.
Probably not.
Charge.
Kidding me.
Yeah, I'm thinking me and Terry start to like roll for initiative and run at things.
I'm looking around. Yep.
All right, so Carve, you know that you're a much better traveler than you are a scouter, and so you look around and you're not really able to see anything, and then you realize that the Hobbit has his hands over your eyes, getting back at you.
Her.
Her. No, his eyes. Carve's.
That's
I used it right.
fantastic. Yeah.
No,
Aerithert.
you said the Hobbit has his hands over your eyes.
Oh, I guess I did. Anyway, Aerithert, your turn.
Our Hobbit's a girl Hobbit,
You
thank
rolled
you.
initiative, so you're good. So let's see here.
Are we all gonna roll initiative like right now, or
No. I totally misspoke. So
exactly? Mookie Blaylock says really
I
good.
was just focused on an image of a Hobbit with hands over his eyes. Anyway,
Way too
so you are able to see that there are 10 orcs, and they are all faced towards the camp. They're not too attentive because it's clear that they're not anywhere near attacking yet. They're just kind of there in the back of the camp, just kind of calibrating things and getting ready for the eventual assault that's a ways away.
Can can me and Terry like plan an attack together?
Yeah.
Okay. Got a plan, Terry.
And while they're attacking the rest of us, dismantle
It's called
trebuchets.
charge, right?
No, I'm gonna squat down, right? I've got my 2 shields. I'm gonna squat down. You're gonna jump up. You can land on the shields, and I'm gonna like push you into the air, and then you can like land on 2 of the orcs at once and kill them both.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm
so,
in.
Okay. Let me do math. Uh, t- um. Um. I'm assuming athletics for this because I have to push a drunk Terry into the air. And
So are you wanting to push her into like a bunch of them, or how's that going to work?
yeah, I'm guessing there's like some of them closer because each has, I'm assuming, 3 and one has 4. So I'm
Yeah.
pushing. I'm just like she's gonna land in the middle, like probably on top of one of them, hopefully crushing him.
Oh
to death.
man.
Let's see what we match it with. This ought to be interesting.
I'm thinking we nail this.
Okay. So, and technically it would be 2 3s and 1 with 4,
Okay.
because that's how
we're-
10 works.
We're starting with the 3s. The
Okay.
nearest 3s.
Okay, Terry. Oh my gosh. So Aerithert, you guessed that Terry's more aerodynamic when she's drunk. And so you like expertly throw her, and then Terry realizes what you're doing, and she's like, "I am more aerodynamic when I'm drunk." And so you just
It
throw
wasn't like a
her.
throw. It was like a crouch, and like
It was
she
like a
jumps up onto
catapult.
my shields, and I'm like, whee!
It's
Yeah.
like a springboard.
Like,
So
like
you
a
just-
springboard type
You just
thing.
let her springboard right on into those orcs, and she does
With
shing shing,
somersault
and
thrown in.
because that's natural, I'm just gonna let you say that you killed all 3 of them. So there are 3 dead orcs.
with
Just high
with
five you, Terry.
the grace and athleticism rivaling a Kill Bill movie, Terry hurdles herself through the air, blade shimmering in the moonlight, leaving 3 headless orcs as she neatly lands and puts her blades away.
Well, keep in mind it is still probably late afternoon, maybe early evening at this point, so
There was moonlight
downside-
because it's
downside.
cooler.
it is cooler.
At this point, there are now 7 left, right?
There are
Assuming
7.
My
Mark them off for you.
They didn't even have time to make a noise about it. They just dead.
Yeah, but Terry landing drunk is different than Terry flying drunk. So they probably have they seen us right now?
Roll a stealth check.
At this point, it's drunken championship sword fighting.
I think it needs to be Terry because she's the one landing.
Okay. Oh, hey.
Okay, you somehow are able to do this completely silently to the point where the area that you're doing this is the most silent place all around. Like, it is just completely quiet.
I get it now.
Fight drunk more often.
I got it.
Okay. She took the.
Got it.
She's like those. She's
She's-
like those skirmish dwarves.
She's a drunken
Kegmasters,
fist
yeah.
boxer.
Yeah, the keg masters.
Drunken
There you
fist
go.
boxing.
Okay, so the other 3 of you roll perception or roll initiative to see when you are going to be going what order.
We are rolling perception or initiative.
Initiative, yep.
Rolling for the initiative.
And Era or Terry, do you want to be first or second? Which one?
I think I rolled an 11 for initiative and Terry rolled a 10.
Yeah,
So
he's actually.
Okay.
Me
That was
and
before.
Terry after this
That was
round.
before you guys so expertly dispatched that last crew of orcs. So much for stealth.
Okay, so Pineleaf, you are first up after them.
All right. So this is after a new group.
This is still the same combat round. They went first.
Oh, so all the orcs are dead.
3 of the 10 orcs are
Yes.
dead. That group of orcs is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you said that they were.
No, she didn't take out 10 orcs with one throw. That definitely did not happen.
No, I mean I thought you said they're split into 3 different areas.
They are, but they're on the same battlefield, basically.
Okay, so this is at the second group of orcs then, because I figure we're going to concentrate on one set at a time.
So do you want to go for the one with 3 or 4?
I'll go after the one with 3, and I will do an ambush.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, and we'll see what I can get at this. Whee! All right, I've got the. So I got a 13 on an ambush. That's well in. Actually, no, that's 11 on the ambush. So that's well enough on that.
Okay.
So the damage then is. Okay, so that's 11. That's 6 damage.
Okay.
For.
So you were able to kill one of them.
All right, and now my regular attack
Mm-hmm.
for my other javelin. And that is
And you said you went for the one with 3, right?
right.
Okay. All right, that is enough to hit.
Okay, and damage for that is 2.
Okay, that is enough to half their morale. So it is hurting pretty bad. How did you hit him?
How did I hit him?
Yeah, how'd you get him half health? That's pretty good.
Well, I say most likely he has got a javelin sticking in his bicep,
All
making
right,
him
fair enough.
scream and cry.
Okay, Carve, you're up.
Alright, noticing how Raylinial was very reticent to engage in combat based on what we talked about in town, and not being a fire-flinging, staff-wielding, lightning-charged Lore Master of Combat, I sent my ward upon her as a protective measure, and then I charged the Yahtzee orc dude that Pine just attacked. And
Go for it.
this is my attack.
Yep.
It's my damage.
And instead, describe how.
Well, since he had a javelin sticking out of his bicep, he was more concerned about the fact that his arm had a big gash in it. I simply took my hatchet and buried it in his face.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
You should have taken out his other bicep and totally ruined all his chances at the beach next summer.
I know, right?
All right, Relinial, you're up.
So bad about unmuting.
That's fine.
I think I'm going to do a hard study here.
Okay.
And try and get some preparation for it. Because, yeah, I'm not a fire slinging lore master. Sorry about that.
All right, go ahead.
Smaller with a harder screen. Wait.
Harder with the smaller
It's harder
screen.
with the smaller screen. Nailed it.
So that's
Back that, reverse it.
That's the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a 9. And
Okay, so you gain 2 points that you can spend later. Now what do you want to do, if anything?
Let's go with...
There's still one orc that's just alive, sitting there.
chilling out.
you can attack it if you want.
How do I attack? I think I'm going to attack him because
Okay,
I want some of the
so
action.
roll a d20 to see if you hit him, and then add in modifiers, and Earther can help you with that.
Yeah, you should be good at this. Oh, that's actually works out great.
Small screen.
Yeah, there's that.
Just that?
Yep.
Okay, you were able to hit. Go ahead and roll damage, which is 2d4s.
So, one at a time. Yeah.
And then good?
Mhm.
Right?
So,
Okay, you're able to kill it. Describe how.
Oh. Should I be creative now? I pull my lovely lore master skills and I summon a nice little animal friend. A nice little lynx, because I like lynxes, they're awesome. And I ever so kindly ask it to attack the orc so I don't have to get my hands dirty, and it just kind of leaps at it and takes it out.
All right, so you're able to take it out. And so now it is the entire orc camp's turn. Now keep in mind that you guys did successfully get into stealth last time. You guys roll another stealth check, and while you're doing that, I rolled to see if an orc scout would notice you guys, and it has actually gone by without noticing. So if you guys were able to avoid that, let's see if your noise has caused anything else to detect you. So somebody do a stealth check.
no.
All right, you are able to go continue on unnoticed.
so there's 4 left, right?
There are 4 left at the last remaining group of them. Yep. So,
Okay.
Era, your turn.
Look at me, she's coming up.
Now it's my face. So there's 4 left, and these are like little rinky-dink orcs. I'm going to. How far are we from them?
You are about a turn away. You're out of earshot.
Out of earshot.
Mhm.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to run close because that's like a movement thing.
Yeah.
And am I close enough to throw my shield at one of them and
Yeah.
hit him in the head? Sweet. Okay. I'm going to do that. That's that. Plus that. I can count. Yeah. And then this.
All right. Yep, you're able to hit.
Okay.
Okay, and you give him a pretty bad headache, I guess, with that shield.
And now I've got 2 shields, so I don't need to worry about catching the ricochet.
That's right. All right, so Terry, your turn. There is 1 injured and 3 alive orcs.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna go for the less injured orcs.
Okay.
But apparently, I have used up my luck.
Yep, you start to feel the effects of all you've been
Starting to
drinking.
sober up.
Yeah. All right, and you still have like that. It's like an aftertaste of that brew, but you've just been so drunk that you hadn't noticed, and you start to really taste it. It didn't taste very good at all. All right, so while she's kind of just staring there, all in her own little world, Pineleaf, your turn. If you're around, Pineleaf.
And not muted.
Okay,
I
Carve.
will
There we
go
go.
and recover my javelins.
Yep.
And how
And we'll
far
assume
is
you
that?
already did that. That's just a free action I'll give you to you.
Well, it's very difficult to do that when the orcs are still alive. That's what I said. Okay,
Right.
so,
But we'll assume as you guys have moved between the dead camps that you've done that.
all right. So then it is time for me to hurl a javelin then at the nearest orc.
Okay, go for it.
And I suspect that it probably hit the catapult instead.
Yeah, well, you heard Terry like just making these horrible noises and like trying to clear like her tongue because like there's this terrible taste, and you're just totally distracted by that, and just kind of like throw your spear when that's going on because like she does it like right when you're about to throw, and your spear just goes off in another direction. Carve, your turn.
There's one thing you can count on Terry for. It's being a big distraction to everybody.
You did pretty good in your first attack. Carve, your turn.
Alright, well, since there's an orc out there that's probably still holding his head because he got smashed in the head with a shield, I'm going to take him down. And I move to attack.
Alright, that is just barely not enough. So you're also distracted by Terry because you were kind of trying to keep an eye on her and then just got totally distracted. Alright, Relineal, your turn. There are 3 orcs that are completely alive and 1 that's a bit damaged.
Okay, let's see. Do I still have my links out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Because I don't like getting my hands dirty. I like sending animals to do it for me. What? I like being neat.
Neat and tidy.
Yeah,
Indeed.
neat and tidy.
Awesome.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Well, what's the point of having animal friends if you can't use them to do your dirty work?
Exactly.
Indeed.
Now, would I ever send a links out? Oh, that's right, the stream today.
Alright, you were able to hit.
Sweet.
Okay, and you were attacking the damaged one?
The what?
Were you attacking the damaged one or a different orc? It's up to
I'll
you.
go with the damaged one.
Okay, you killed it. Describe how.
Send my links. I'm not sure if he has his ability to be stealthed or not. If stealth, I'm going to say he is. He creeps
sure
up
he
on
is.
it, tacks it in the neck.
Alright, awesome.
Breaks out
Does
his
he like climb up and then just, like
Yep.
attack?
Yep.
That's awesome. Alright, guard, the orc's like, there's something fluffy on me. And then just like, death.
Just looks and then bam, dead. Has some
Awesome.
time to see what it was.
Awesome, awesome. Alright, well, it is the orc's turn now. So let's see. Alright, one is going to. The rest completely failed because they're just like, trebuchet people. But one is going to go for Pine Leaf. And it was able to do that much against your defenses. Is that enough to hit Pine Leaf?
Is that enough to hit? Yeah, that should easily be enough to hit us. I'm trying to remember where the armor class is located on this crazy sheet.
To the top.
Alright.
I don't see an armor class anywhere.
Armor plus 10.
Oh, armor plus 10. Okay, thank you. That is, just enough.
Alright, in the case of a tie, it does go to the attacker, so that means that the orc is able to do 1 damage with a punch to the face because they have no weapons, because they are just these catapult crew, trebuchet crew. So
Apparently orcs don't believe in having secondary weapons on them at all times.
clearly these orcs don't.
Yeah,
Well, we caught them off guard. Their weapons are in a pile over on the other side of the trebuchet.
probably.
Or your thought might be that the orcs don't trust these guys with weapons because they're so weak.
Well, that's another possibility.
So anyway, you take 1 point of damage. Alright, Aerithert, your turn.
Just but a scratch.
How many orcs are left?
How about the...
There are 3 still.
There are 3.
Yeah, there was a lot of misses.
And they're all perfectly fine and dandy health-wise.
Yep.
Okay.
Lots of misses.
Super great. I'm going to use one of my abilities, my
Alright.
Stinging Reminder. So I'm going to attack the one that attacked Carve. We'll do this before I actually attack.
You mean Pine Leaf?
The other Carve. The short, beardless Carve.
The girl, short, beardless carve.
Female short, beardless Carve.
That's awkward.
It is. Anyways, I can't even think right now. Anyways, so I got to roll to this. 9 plus might. Ha! Okay. So 11. So
Okay, that is just enough to hit.
I deal maximum damage to the enemy, and they will attack you next round.
Okay, well, your maximum damage is enough to kill this particular enemy, so...
And its ghost will attack me next round. Sounds great. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little shield throw thing at the next guy,
Okay.
and hit him for that much.
Okay, so 16 was to see if you could hit,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You were able to kill him.
Yeah. So I took my other shield, because shield A, shield B off the other arm, and also do this one. But the first one got boring because I just aimed for his head and it didn't work well. So I turned this one vertical and tried to split him in half, and it actually worked.
Alright, awesome.
Now my shield is super gross.
Very super gross.
Alright, Terry, you're up.
Um,
There's only 1 orc left.
Yep.
Let him die.
Can we I was gonna say, can we talk to him? But this
I
is
don't
Terry.
think you want to if you're being stealthy, trying to.
This is Terry we're talking about.
Alright, you're able to hit.
so having more or less cleared that yucky taste out of my mouth, I turn around and just lop the orc's head off.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, roll damage.
Hey.
Alright, yeah, you...
Woo!
yeah!
Like I said, I lop the orc's head off.
And its
Awesome.
limbs, every single one of them. Need one
Yeah,
swell
it's
swoop.
pretty pretty gruesome. All right, somebody roll a stealth check.
Here, this is what I rolled earlier.
All right, that you are definitely able to stay stealthy. Before you guys even ask, I'll let you know that there was no loot on these orcs. They are in this big camp, and so they don't really get much personal belongings or anything
They're
like
poor
that.
and weaponless.
They had like armor, but it's not any armor anybody would want. It's just like very, very poor armor. They're not meant to go into combat. They're just meant to fire the weapons. So
I love Mookie's comment. Only Pineleaf would complain that his attacker didn't have a weapon.
that's very true. All right. So anyway, you guys are able to go unnoticed. Do one more stealth check since we're near the end of time to see if you make it. I'm assuming you want to go back to the camp because the.
No.
Have we damaged
We
the
want to destroy the siege engines.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, I forgot about that step.
minor little
Here.
detail?
The whole reason you're here. All right. So yes, Aerithert, since you brought it up, why don't you do an attack against, or if you want to come up with another way on how to disfuse them, but you might just want to attack them. Up to you. And whatever you do, you already rolled stealth, so you're good.
I'm thinking I should roll my like as like a soldier culture skills to know how to dismantle common.
Okay. Go for it.
So that's that. I could have rolled in athletics and tried to tear them apart with my hands. In which case it would have been a that.
All right.
But
Well, you notice that
was
these
overkill.
are very, very poorly made defenses and could easily be dismantled by just a couple hits here and there.
Okay. How many of us are there?
But then they'll just easily be put back together. I think we need to do something a
There's
little bit
5 of you.
permanent.
There's 5 of us.
Well, you could just barely hit it and it'll be completely dismantled.
completely
three-
dismantled and turned into dust?
Three
Not
trebuchets,
that far, but
right?
Okay. Are
it
these
3?
things? I'm thinking we should dismantle these things and also set them afire.
See, I'm thinking we need to burn them because they'll just put them back together if they're that rickety.
Thank you.
It's like Lincoln logs. We need to burn them.
okay. Well, why
I
don't
just had
you?
this thought out of character thought of I wonder if Lincoln logs burn well and what a on fire Lincoln log house would look like. Anyways, back
So,
to
Arthur, what was
Like
the
a match
21
or
for?
something.
Was that your attack?
No, that was if I decided to tear them apart with my bare hands.
Okay.
I decided not to do that because athletics, yo.
You want to just assume that's your attack?
Sure.
Okay. So you are able to attack one of them and able to easily dismantle it, and then everyone else kind of saw what you did, and they can go and do that themselves. So who wants to go and attack another one?
I'll take the next one.
All right, Carve, and who else?
Go for it.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure. Who? I guess I can take the last one.
All right, go for it.
Dismantle
Roll,
it.
roll an attack roll. So just a d20. Right, Carve, you just kind of like bump into it.
do this.
Alright, Pineleaf, if you want to attack it, you can, or Terry.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. And Relenial, you are able to dismount yours
I
as well
think I
by just
repaired it.
hitting it in the same spot. And you're able to make it fall apart into different pieces. So, Pineleaf, go ahead and put your roll in the chat.
Yeah, I pretty much repaired it.
Oh, are we trying to destroy
No way
stuff?
it's going to
We're
fall apart
trying.
now.
Okay. Pineleaf,
Hold on, it's,
Terry
it's
like
off
goes up
kilter.
towards and gets ready to attack it, but you're like you get in the way, and you're like, no, it's a harmless trebuchet.
He trips on the bag.
But in the process of trying to defend it, Terry actually just bumps you, because she's drunk, into the trebuchet, and it falls apart on top of you. And because you did a stealth check, you don't make any sounds about it, and you just...
Can we burn these things?
Well, you do have somebody who can create fire.
We have a dwarf who can create fire. Because he's a traveler.
He's very good at it.
Yeah.
He does have all his kindling equipment still. That's very true.
Yeah.
Okay, roll to see if you can carve.
I feel like that's the most carve thing ever to say. Just in the chat, carve a log splitter. I make fire.
I can do that.
Okay, yeah, you actually are able to burn it, and you actually notice that there's a bit of a hill between where the rest of the camp is and you, and so you're able to kind of mask the flames and are able to completely dismantle these to where there's no way that they would be able to rebuild them and they'd actually work. So you were successful. Make one last stealth check to see if
me
you
high
can
fiving
make it
hard.
back to Trestlebridge.
I got this. I got this. I'm feeling successful based on my success with the fire.
Okay, yes, you as a party are able to make it out back to Trestlebridge without any orcs noticing. And so you are safely inside Trestlebridge, and that is where we're going to have to leave off.
So these orcs don't have any confident siege engineers with them, I guess.
Not anymore.
We done killed all the brainiacs.
We just beat up all the orc nerds.
All right.
They had math on their side, and we beat them up.
Hey, it's not all that uncommon for armies to build their siege weaponry on the spot.
Yeah,
That is
man.
true, yeah.
So if they're not capable of doing so, then
Well, actually, you were able to find evidence that they kind of did that, but now all the people who would know how to do that are dead.
okay.
So anyway, next week we'll find out what happens to Trestlebridge and the party. But till then, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week for more Tales of the Free Folk.
Not
2
next
weeks.
week.
2 weeks. I keep forgetting that.
Can't handle
Next
this much.
time. Next
amazing
time.
We'll
Craziness.
see you next time. And
Until next time.
can't wait for you guys to come back and see that. But anyway, till then, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.